Everybody, it is John Lone King. It is Friday, the 26th of June. We are just about halfway through 2026, just past summer solstice. Everybody's in the heat of summer travel plans, and I want to catch you up on what the heck is going on with the market. So this one's not going to be as financial, detailed as much as bigger picture of what's happening in the first half of the year, kind of a recap and where I see things going in the second half of the year. The first thing I'll tell you, the biggest news this week, though, is there was a big housing bill that had finally passed. It had been worked on for quite some time. It had passed the House, it had passed Senate, and then on Wednesday, President Trump said, I'm not signing the bill. And he's using his leverage to get something else passed. And it kind of is reminiscent of how Trump was and is as a business person. And his focus is, hey, don't give up a good opportunity to use leverage on your competition. And he's using this housing bill as leverage. He didn't veto it, so it's not dead. And it's not a lot of stuff that's going to help you today. It's long-term stuff. It's things we need to do to start moving the right direction so that we can have more houses, have more housing affordability. The funny thing is that housing affordability actually gets solved with time. Because as long as house price cost, the cost of owning a home, as long as it stays stable, your income goes up over time and it makes that number more affordable. We all felt a significant increase in 2022 till now of how much it's costing in a house payment compared to what house payments were back in 2020 and 2019 and 2021. The difference is income compared to payments. Payments aren't going to go down, but over time, our incomes rise. It's like what happened after the 2008 financial crisis. House payments actually dropped and stayed really stable with interest rates coming down, house prices coming down, but incomes kept rising and rising and rising. By the time we hit 2015 or 2016, homes seemed really, really affordable because incomes had gone up over that 8-year period and house prices and payments had not. And so now we're dealing with the opposite. We've had house prices and payments go up a lot over the last 5 years, and yet we haven't seen incomes go up enough. So the longer that this lasts, the more affordability fixes itself anyway, because you're going to get pay raises, you're going to get better jobs. The next piece of it, though, is actually having supply in the right type, the right size, in the right place. What do I mean by that? I mean that builders building McMansions, these huge properties are great. They can say they built a lot of homes, but they're not the right homes. They're not the homes of the size that you need to buy. They're not in the location that you need to buy. That comes from infill. That comes from what they call the missing middle. And that's really the direction that these housing initiatives are going, is removing the obstructions to zoning issues, having the ability to build multifamily ADUs in the back of single-family residence lots, having the ability to do more manufactured home financing, even manufactured homes in a park. The government is now pushing to add Fannie Mae and Freddie Mac's ability to finance manufactured homes in a park. We're probably another 2 years minimum away from that. But it's the direction that things are going that says, hey, we aren't necessarily going to continue to find our way out of this simply by doing things the way we've always done them. And that's what's shifting right now is the market in general. We're seeing undertones of, hey, we've got to fix the underlying problem. And right now, one of the first fixes to that is the housing bill that right now is sitting on the president's desk. So I won't get into the politics of it or the details, but it's not dead. It just not sure if we're moving forward on that or not. Okay. Now, the real piece, the real story right now is rates are not getting better. The story for the first 6 months of the year really was inflation and Iran and the war. And now that's kind of coming to an end and that's solving itself. At least the Iran and the oil prices being really high, we've seen them come down. But we don't see interest rates dropping much. They've dropped a little bit, but we don't see them dropping much. Why? Because the new problem has come up, which is the fact that the Fed is now saying inflation is still sticking around and employment's doing pretty good, which when that happens, the Fed actually never drops rates. They either keep them the same or they raise rates with the idea that, hey, we need to slow down inflation. Exactly what they did back in 2022. They're looking like they may start doing that. And the market is freaking out. Now, that's not causing rates to go up, but it's stopping rates from going down. It's creating a summer that never happened. The summer selling season, the spring selling season just didn't happen this year. And I don't think it's going to happen now because there's too much uncertainty. but uncertainty is the gold if you're looking to put a deal together. If you are a first-time home buyer looking to get seller credits to help you pay your closing costs, now is the perfect time. If you are a current homeowner and you're looking to sell your home and buy another one, now is the perfect time. Why? Because you've got a lot of sellers a lot of sellers are taking their house off the market again. We're seeing sellers that are saying, you know what, I'm not going to sell for this low of a price. I'm going to pull my house off the market. But the ones that are keeping their house on the market, they want to sell. Now, mind you, in some neighborhoods, houses are selling quickly no matter what. Well-priced homes are selling quickly no matter what, but a lot more homes are sitting on the market a lot longer, which gives you, the buyer, leverage. It gives you leverage to go in and say, hey, I need to sell my current home in order to buy this next home. Will you wait for me to find a buyer for my home? And that's more likely to do that. They might not be willing to do that and give you a good deal on the price, which is why you should consider options to do what's called a bridge loan. A bridge loan allows you to borrow money from the house that you are moving out of. You make no monthly payments on that bridge loan that you borrowed. You get to use that bridge money as the down payment on your new house. And then once you move into your new house, then you sell your old house, okay? That process is something that you have a huge opportunity, a window right now to, whether it's with a bridge loan or doing what's called a contingent sale, if you're thinking of making a move, upsizing, downsizing, now would be a good time to consider it. The challenge for some people is they have super low interest rates. If you have a super low interest rate and you want to downsize to save money on your monthly payment, that isn't likely to happen. But the truth is, more and more of the home ownership population has higher interest rates because the low rates haven't been around for 4 years. And a lot of people have sold or refinanced, and new buyers have bought at higher rates. And if you bought a home back in 2022 and you got a rate of 5% and you're saying, you know what, I don't love the house, maybe now is a good time to trade that house out for another one. Talk to me about how a bridge loan might work for you. Talk to me about how you might be able to do contingent financing. But now is the time to be thinking about that because we're in a window that doesn't happen very often. Okay, I think we're gonna have some challenges for the next 6 to 12 months when it comes to interest rates and when it comes to the market overall. I'm hopeful that by next spring, next summer, we're going to be in a better position. The truth is, I hoped that last spring. I hoped it this spring before. We've been hoping this for the last few years. The truth is, the vision of what's going to make things better is very, very clear. The problem is the timing. Now, better might be mid 5% interest rates. Better might be interest rates in the 4s. But it's how do we predict when that is going to happen is next to impossible, especially with all the short-term challenges that are happening, all the things that are coming at us that nobody's expecting. And so it's creating an environment where people are buying homes and then deciding maybe I don't want to complete this transaction because I didn't expect my rate to be as high because when I first got pre-approved, rates were lower. And so that's creating uncertainty and having buyers kind of pull back. And so you've got to be very high communication and very high communication with your lender, making sure that you guys, as you're out house shopping, if I'm your lender, we need to be talking regularly about what is the market looking like? What are you seeing out there in prices? How can we structure your offer properly to maximize your value? And that doesn't always mean trying to get the absolute lowest price. Sometimes it's seller credits. Sometimes there's other components that we can use to your advantage to help you make this work. Either way, right now is our summer of opportunity. We've got a window right now going into the second half of this year that if you are looking at making a move, whether you own a home and want to buy something else, whether you are a first-time home buyer or you are a homeowner that loves where you're at, but you want to look at, hey, maybe I need to restructure my finances, I am here to help serve you. So if you have any questions about anything at all, please reach out. Please share this information. So if you like what I'm telling you, please hit the share button on this. Share this with everybody on your social media feeds. Help get the word out there because I really want to help people make educated decisions and help guide you. And I'm looking forward to the opportunity to help make that happen. Thank you so much for listening. Hope you have an absolutely wonderful weekend, and we'll talk to you soon. Bye-bye.